And you just notice a difference between veterans or youngster or kid or whatever you want to make them out to be. Different generations, man. But what do you think Matt Ryan's thinking right now? Okay. Last year, it was, are they going to draft my replacement? For weeks, it was, are they going to draft my replacement? Oh, yeah. We're getting a new coach in here. What's your relationship with the new coach? We're getting a new general manager in here. What's your stance on Matt Ryan? For weeks, it was all about that. You didn't hear a boo or a peep out of Matt Ryan, who then came on this show and answered all the questions that he probably didn't want to answer. All he wanted to be answering was like, yeah, man, great to have Kyle Pitts right there. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. He got his ass beat again so many times last year. Matt Ryan taking beatings. You want to talk about fighting through injuries that Baker Mayfield talks about? There's no Dear Atlanta letter from Matt Ryan out on social media right now. But he's from a different era, and I'm sure it's like he and his wife are probably looking at each other saying, again? Again. Because last year, it was just, they had the draft choice. It's not like they traded up into it. Right. Like it was theirs. They unfortunately earned it.
They earned it, yeah.
This time around, it's like Arthur Blank and Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith are putting on the old dog and pony for a guy who's garnered more headlines, unfortunately for himself, fair or not, in his career that Matt Ryan's never even come remotely close to. How do you think he's feeling right now? Same way as Baker Mayfield, I'd probably tell you that. And they got kids that they're going to have to move and go somewhere. They got a family to uproot.
Twins, I think.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot on the table with Matt Ryan. And you can keep your eyes peeled on his social media, and there's no Atlanta. My wife and I are very upset.
Let's take a look.
You know, we love you. We love you. We've loved you all this time. You know, hey, somebody Zillow some houses in Carmel, Indiana. You know,
his last tweets are from early March, where he was at a youth center in Atlanta.
Somebody Zillow those places out there in Seattle, Washington. You know,
good houseboat up there, Rich.
Puget Sound has some beautiful spots out there in Lake Washington, I'm sure. You know what I mean? So honestly, like, what's Matt Ryan thinking? Because we're all talking in New Orleans. What you're just giving Jameis Winston pause right now. I mean, Taysom Hill's already been part of this whole thing, so far, and so you put it all together. Saints don't have an issue right now, and the Panthers aren't concerned about, I guess, what Sam Darnold's thinking, right?
But yeah, they're paying him $19 million next year, so whatever.
So you could sit here and say, Baker Mayfield has got an issue, and he's got this, and he's got that. And, I understand he has every right to be upset, and that's just the way he handles it. It's a different generation. I'm going to take to Instagram, I'm going to take to Twitter, and I'm going to tell these guys, we're done here because I've given my heart and soul. I mean, Matt Ryan's given his entire career.
And he's the best player in the history of their franchise, most likely, right?
Second year in a row he's got to deal with this. And it could be he comes out like, I'm the guy. And you could put the toothpaste back in the Matt Ryan tube. That you can do. I mean, I think, because they did it last year, and he's being paid an insane amount of money. So I just wanted to throw those two, just the interesting juxtaposition, because there's a lot of connective tissue here. Baker Mayfield's trying to think, I'm going to pull out, James Harden got his way out, and other guys in the NBA have now gotten their way out, as you all know. That's been part and parcel. That's come home to roost in the NFL right now. Devontae Adams got his way out. He wanted to go somewhere. People are beginning to get their ways out, even though there's a contractual obligation between him and the team. And then there's the by the way, other Heisman Trophy winning quarterback from Oklahoma that's sitting there in the NFL wondering if he can talk his way into a situation he wants or demand his way into a situation he wants. It's kind of a lot of connective tissue going on right here.
Been all quiet on the Kyler Murray front for a while, huh?
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.